Flight boss, bitch, for sure. Listen to the mind of an Terry Smooth. I am the Royal Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to get into the Iron Soft, aka the first lostness in light, which goes back to the early basis of Jewish mysticism and the Kabbalah. You know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, this is what you need to understand. This is where a lot of this religion, Masonic, being in search for the light from a speculative and an operative perspective come from, and things of that nature. And, getting into constructs of, Solomon Temple and what does it actually means, and building the world and being in the world of this human ideal about their concept of God, world, and things of that nature. So this is what you need to understand. Now, first and foremost, it's easy to debunk, right? Because y'all all following their light, and their light is basically Lucifer, because it's based on a desire, and a desire is based on a feeling and a thought that a group of individuals actually have to come together to produce, aka what I call a light. You see what I'm saying? So for the most part, their whole concept is from a wrong starting point and correspondence, because they think from the outside, when they made they as above so below, they think light is something that's a floating light ball on its own. And light comes second. Light is second hand, second coming. Begotten son is second. It's secondary. Light gets produced after an event. And an event is whether micro, small atom, or macro on a mass scale. Two high velocity moving objects interacting with each other to produce or cause friction or pressure to create or emit what we call light. So light takes a group of individuals, and what you have on your own as an individual is truly not a light. It's basically an experience. So it takes a group of experiences, aka a group of spirits, to create minds to come together to crash like water cycles, because stars are water and it make atmospheres. And when that event crash, it produces what we call light. Now we have people clinging to their God being something that's second coming, and it only help you deal with your demiurges or your desires, aka what you have been mentally wrapped up in for you to fall here in the first place. And since we know light has to be produced by multiple, so as teamwork makes the dream work, this debunks their concept to have y'all follow their masculine side of interpretations of concepts, because there is no such thing as light floating alone. It takes a group of anything to crash together to emit or produce that light. And what you have alone is truly not a light. It's just an experience. So for the most part, what we start to break down is their God is a floating light ball and things of that nature, which is a devil, a demiurge, when you want to talk about it from a speculative perspective and things of that nature. And there is no such thing as there being a first person or first being to emit a light in some way, shape, or form. And there is no such thing as a being here first in some way, shape, or form, and it being light. Because we all have our first experience. So first is something that goes beyond a person being here first. We all have our own original observation for the first time for us. So it's always going to be teamwork makes the dream work. So keep that in mind.